everyone, and welcome back to the Erasmus Expeditions. We are here tonight to continue an ongoing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign titled Evermore le Masquerade. Tonight will be episode session, whatever you want to call it, 41, titled To Pull a Thread. This takes place in a homebrew world of mine known as Rostveen, particularly in the kingdom of Gerdes, which is heavily based on the Baroque periods of Spain, France, Venice, and a little bit of Dragon Age's Orlais kind of sprinkled in. So, this campaign has been incredible so far, and that is in no small part thanks to my players, which I will pass things over to in just a moment so that they can introduce themselves, tell you what they may have going on, where you may be able to find them on the internet, and all of that stuff. But before we get to that point, I do want to go ahead and say a warning that I give, the same warning I give on the beginning of all of my games. And that is, if foul language and mature subject matter are a problem for you, then this is not a great game for you to watch, particularly this game. While we will never feature explicit sex, we will get about as close as we can get, because that's part of this culture, and honestly, we're all just kind of freaks. So, so, if you are into that, then welcome. What else? Okay, I'm going to pass things over so that they can introduce themselves, and then I think we're going to get started. So, we're going to start with Kenya.
I was ready for it. Hello, I am Kenya Acerson on the interwebs, and I play Vera, our friendly neighborhood changeling bard, who is racking up the notches on her bedposts, multiple, plural, bedposts. So I am very excited to get back into it from our last session. It's kind of recapping what happened last session, and I had forgotten a lot, and now I remember a lot, and now I'm even more excited. World's on fire, so let's play some D&D. And I'm going to pass it down to Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt, and as always, I'm going to be playing Loxley LaCroix. And I'm excited to play some Pretend tonight for sure. I'll go ahead and pass it on over to Em.
Hello, I will be playing Sylvie Levine, and excited to jump into it. Can't wait to see what happens. Surely everything will go well, and we won't run into any issues at all. All of our plans will go perfectly. And I will pass it to Austin.
Things always go perfectly for us, so I'm not worried in the slightest. Austin, I'll be playing Guillaume. Not a lot to add today other than I'm super excited to get back into this. It does feel like it's been a long time, like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So excited to see how perfectly things go. And I will pass it up to Karen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karen, also Myth and Gears. I cannot wait to get back to this. It's been a hot minute, so yeah. Like everybody else has said, I play Chimeran Diego Ruiz de Gonzala and many other names, but that's all coming to a head. And I can't wait to see what happens. So take it off, Maestro.
Take it off?
Damn it, beat me to it by a millisecond. I was like, yeah, take it off, Jeremy.
It's not that kind of show, Karen. We've gone over that.
But I thought
we just established that we're
that it
was. So. Let's see.
Nobody
Shake
wants
your
to see
dinners,
that shit.
Jeremy. Let's see what you got.
You said nothing, no explicit sex, but like we can get a little softcore in here.
Just a little nip. It's okay. I'm sure YouTube has no problems with that. I am very excited about this. This is always such a great game. Like I said, I've wanted to tell a story set in Gerdes for a really long time, so I'm super duper thrilled to get back to this as always. But I did want to go ahead and say a quick word about the winter conditions outside here have been terrible lately, so be very, very careful when you're driving around, and remember kids, fuck ice. All right, let's go. The late afternoon sun painted the port city of Gerdes in the hues of early summer. Awash in amber and gold, the brightly painted buildings shimmered like jewels against a mound of treasure. The capital's spires and domes held within their very designs the promise of innovation and wonder. As the three masts of the merchant vessel sailed beneath the Puerta del Monde, it perfectly illustrated the idea that in this new world, even the impossible could be accomplished. Fresh from her voyage across the open ocean, the Silbatoro expertly docked even in the crowded port, and her crew immediately went about the task of tying off her mooring ropes and deploying the gangplanks for those on board to disembark. This merchant vessel has just docked here in the port city of Gerdes. It's unclear exactly when we might be looking at. But as the passengers aboard this ship begin to step down the gangplank, we see a small family of four. The Kurins. They don't look Gerdessi. They are mostly blonde of hair and blue-eyed. But one of them we might kind of recognize. Who do we see?
I was muted. You see a young child with short cropped hair and a very wide-eyed look about them. They look around at the various buildings, the spires overhead, their face dirty. There's another child beside them, older, who looks like them. And again, the same wide-eyed look about this one as well, but they put a hand on this child's shoulder and says, "Don't be scared, Felix. Everything is going to be okay." And the small child, Felix, blonde hair, bright blue eyes, says nothing, but looks up at his older brother and nods.
We see behind the two children a couple who also disembarks the ship, looking maybe a little worn, a little bit of concern that plays kind of on their sun-worn faces. You can tell that they have been on the open ocean for a while. Both appear human, if I'm not mistaken. And their eyes kind of dart around, taking in the splendor of the city, but also there's something else at play there. This, again, this concern, this worry that seems to be beneath the surface. The father, Emilrich, moves forward to the two children, and he takes the hand of the younger and says, "Now remember, stay close to me. Okay? Do not get lost."
Felix looks up wordlessly and nods again. He clutches to his chest a small bear. It is worn and horribly, tattered. And you can see where the original stitching has come apart. You see new stitches, different colors every time. You see every fix, every stitch, and you can almost see the story behind the hand that was stitching this bear, as the older, scruffier looking parts have very messy stitches, some of them are even knotted in a very hasty, very shaky way. But you can see where newer parts of the bear have been fixed. The stitches have become more fine, more tight, detailed. You can definitely see there has been progress with whoever has been so lovingly repairing this bear over and over again.
And his father kneels down in front of Felix, again clasping his hand. And the father, even in the circumstances given, the father has worn finery to disembark from this ship. A man who thinks that a first impression is very important. Kneels down, his freshly shaven sides of his face still a little raw from the razor. He takes your hand in his and he says, "Now, if someone is to ask for your name, what are we going to tell them?"
You can see there's discomfort. Just not discomfort on what he's about to say, but fear. Unsure. He looks to his mother, I think at this point, who would give a reassuring nod, kind of coaxing him. Sylvie, that is the name I've chosen.
Sylvie. That has a nice Gerdessi ring to it. You've been reading.
He looks relieved at the reaction of his father. You can see his shoulders relax, and he looks back up at his mother, who I assume gives him a reassuring nod. And he excitedly, I wanted it to sound as beautiful as the stories you've told me about this place.
He smiles, nods. Good. Now, remember what I said. These shores represent a new beginning. No one here knows us, and we leave our old life behind. We start a new one.
He nods. You can see the look of excitement in his eyes. He seems so incredibly excited. I think probably even more, as a child is not understanding the circumstances of why they're here, not seeing the worried, fearful looks on his parents' face. All he can think of is that no one is going to know him as the young scholarly boy, son of a merchant, but people will know who she was always meant to be. The pictures, the sewing, the beautiful dresses. This is where Sylvie could finally become herself.
With this newfound understanding of a new home, this young family sets off into the bustling port city of Gerdes. What did you do whenever you were still on board this voyage on this ship, whenever your brother brought you a important looking piece of paper that you are certain came from your father's belongings?
What did Sylvie do with it?
How did you react?
I think there would have been like surprise, confusion. I don't know. Sylvie was young, probably didn't understand maybe what exactly it was. Both thought, what are you doing with this? You shouldn't have this. There'd be admonishment too.
I'm just going to look at it quickly. I'll put it back. I
Look
just
at
want
what?
to know what it's about. It's got the king's seal on it. He shows it to you.
You see Sylvie begin to like say something, but then stop as this seal like is kind of catches the eye, I would think.
Well,
You can see the scrunch on Sylvie's face. Fine. But let me see.
he immediately starts trying to open it himself. The moment that you say fine, as if like that's all he was waiting for. He very quickly opens this scroll and unrolls it, and very quickly you can see his eyes kind of darting from side to side, hungrily reading the words on the page. And you watch as his face goes lax and his eyes grow.
Move your big hands out of the way so I can read.
At some point, he just lets go of the piece of paper, lets you take it.
Yeah. Looking at it. What does Sylvie see?
You read what your guess must be, that it must have been like an intercepted letter or something of that nature. But it is pinned by King Balaran Shom, the king of Vikeril. And it details a plot to smuggle his daughter, the Princess Arail, out of harm's way under the guise of being a dangerous assassin.
Sorry, he wants to smuggle his daughter away under the guise?
Correct.
Hmm.
Apparently, according to the gist of the letter, he fears that she may be in some danger staying in the capital of Malrich, and has arranged for her to be escorted out of the capital to a place, strangely enough, a magical prison that is located just kind of off the coast of the north part of your continent, called Baldock Prison.
This is bad. This is... Father can't have this information.
If Auriel is in danger, then someone means her harm. If they got a hold of this, they would know where she was. Or where she was going.
You can see again, like, furrowed brow of the... I imagine this is the most recognizable look with Sylvie, is how different she looks now, young and boyish, but like that look, that raising of an eyebrow is very, I think, fundamentally like Sylvie. um well, Father must have this to protect it, right?
He is an important messenger. It only makes sense. He must be keeping it safe. Maybe that's why we had to leave.
Sylvie nods. Yeah. But you see that she looks like very concerned. But you have to put it back. We shouldn't even have this.
Lothar kind of rolls it back up quickly, again, almost as if it was his idea. And he kind of like pushes it into your lap. You do it.
Scaredy cat, she says as she takes it, but she stands up like very confidently and tucks the parchment into her shirt, and you're lucky I don't tell Father that you stole this.
If he catches anybody, it's going to be you.
She scowls, and she holds out her hand to him. I saw you steal some of those sweets from the sailors. Give me 2.
But I only took 3.
She, like, doesn't say anything, but just emphasizes with her hand.
He, like, stomps his foot and produces 2 of the candies. Fine.
She immediately pockets one and sticks the other in her mouth. That's for having to put this away. And she then proceeds to stomp out, looking for where her father is staying.
Perfect. I would like to get a roll from you. Let's do a stealth roll, and you can do half of your existing bonus rounded up, whatever that would normally be.
Okay. Well, that's a 0. I got a plus 0 to stealth.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's not the stealthiest. So I rolled a straight 15.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. So with the practiced deafness of a child, you manage to slink into your parents' quarters and put this letter back into the place where you would best guess that it would have come from. And you're in and out of there before anybody is the wiser. So there's one other scene that I would like to touch on before we move away from this flashback, and that is a different point in time of this flashback. Sylvie, where were you when you became separated from your family? When was this?
It had been, I think, a couple years after. So Sylvie is still an adolescent, I would say. If she was probably like 10 or 11 when she came, she's probably 12, 13. So just getting into that like adolescent years. I think that would mean Lothar is a teenager by this point. I imagine at this time, Lothar has been helping their father, Emilric, to the chagrin of Sylvie, helping with all of the secret letters and the whispers and the meetings that have been happening more frequently and more frequently have been happening behind closed doors. And it's not lost on Sylvie, the look of concern on her mother's, Vina, her face. The lines are increasing there as well. There is a night where Lothar wakes up Sylvie from her slumber, her sleeping, saying that she has to get out. She has to run. That there's no time to talk. That there's no time to get any of her things. That she has to go. And that there is a safe house that he gives the coordinates to. And she is to wait there until he comes to find her. And in that scene, I imagine Sylvie has only enough time to take a few clothes in the rush and the bear that she still has, and quickly runs into the night, does not see her father nor her mother, just Lothar urging her to run, to go. She makes it to the safe house. There's flashes, there's strange people there who know her, who speak Vicarillion to her. And I think she waits there for days. And maybe days turns into a week. And neither her parents nor her brother come for her. And the patience of the Vicarillion in the safe house only go so far. It's too much of a liability to keep a child, especially one who is not interested in being the eyes and ears on the streets.
And as a young Sylvie turns further westward, leaving the city of Gerdes behind, that is where we will cut and move forward in time to the city of Aladalgo, where the group of you are hunkered down in a different safe house. belonging to the same network. After your conversation with the Diabolist and the sharing of a little bit of information with Jarek Reinhardt, the spy master, who is kind of your contact here, what is the current mood or conversation like whenever we touch base with the five of you kind of hiding out?
All right, I'll say it. We really have no fucking clue what we're doing, do we?
I thought it was just me. Oh, thank God. That's honestly a bit of a relief.
We just got done talking to Diablos. And so we still think the Contessa's alive. We know the Padre's still a vampire. We have it on pretty good authority from the dead person that I interviewed that my girlfriend should be okay for us to talk to.
Seems like.
I attended a party that apparently happens a couple times a month and had amazing sex with the saint on a balcony that overhangs where all the Justicaros train. Just so we've got that as an in to get over there if we need to. Um, and the young woman who has a fascination with poisons had a party where we found a magical painting and got Lox's family book out of it, which we then shared with some of Sylvie's spies. What do we do now? We have a lot of questions going on here. Are we still focusing on killing off the Padre? Is that still our end goal here? Do we stop and try to find the Contessa? I can try to send her another message now that we're hearing that she's still alive. Maybe I didn't connect with her before because she was... Guillaume, what did you say with her olfactory philanthropy? What was it called again?
Phylactery, Vera. Good
Phylactery.
Lord. It's like no one listens when I speak.
I mean, I at least listened somewhat. I kind of had the right word sound.
Yeah, I guess. Kind of on two ends of it, but we're digressing. It might have had something to do with that. But yeah, it would be useful to know where she is. Let me just lay out. Here's what I have on my to-do list. We kill the captain of the Justicaros. I think that should happen sooner rather than later in the grand scheme of things. I think he should probably go before the Padre. It might be helpful to have him off the board if we were going to make a final assault. Um, we need to figure out what we're doing with this demon if we're going to be fully committing to uh I'm not going to say befriending it, but allying ourselves with it. Or it does seem that there's a lot of potential for just straight up freeing it, but that seems like a bad idea in a whole lot of ways. And then I also think we should try to free the Contessa, of course. Any major goals of any of yours that I'm missing? There could be more. I know Lox is with me on the killing the captain thing, right?
That is sort of why I came back here, yeah.
I would desperately like to figure out who the fuck is pretending to be my people and me. Well, not me, but like my people, and
Yeah, we gotta kill all those
why
people
the
at
old
the
woman has
brothel.
shown back up after I know she can't because I fucking killed her.
You know, I'm realizing now, ever since hanging out with you guys, my brain does jump immediately to we should kill that person a lot more than it ever did before.
According to what we found in that bathtub, you jumped there yourself before we even were really hanging out a lot.
Okay, but you all know that that wasn't me.
I know, but
I didn't kill anyone until later.
Are we sure? I don't know. We
that's
never really circled back to that.
hmm
Well, I didn't. I like
What if
barely knew that guy.
what if you are actually framing that beautiful woman that used to be your woman because you're mad at her and you did kill that person and then planted her insignias there?
That would actually be brilliant, but
Are you
does
saying you're
that
not
sound
that
like the
smart?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, does that sound like the kind of plan that I could come up with?
You're right, it's not focused on you enough. It puts all the focus on somebody else. It's not a plan that you would go with.
I would be solving the murder if I was the one that was doing the murdering and the framing. Heroically, I might add. Although now that I say that, I am working to clear my name and solve that murder a little bit. But again, this is very roundabout and complex, and I just like I don't know if I could have planned for all of these variables, and he kind of gestures to everybody.
So we need to save the Contessa. We want to kill the Justicaro captain, save the Contessa, find out who's at my fucking brothel. I am so sick of sleeping on these shit beds at these hotels. And no offense, Sylvie. I mean, it's great that you were able to get us the safe house, and I really do appreciate it. But the beds suck. And um, we've we've killed Chimeran's person, so we still have to get that thing removed from your head, though, don't we, dear? Is it still there? Will it activate anymore?
Chimeran just looks at you, kind of quizzically, like, it's magic. How would I know?
Maybe if Guillaume actually, it like gets a minute to study, he can figure out how to dispel things and maybe he can magic it off your head.
Wasn't there something that uh Reinhardt asked us to do as well?
So I know that you're supposed to be supplying information to him about the Saint of Rats and his network. I'm trying to remember if there was a
Yes.
secondary thing that we talked about last time or not.
Well, there was also the whole thing about the book, which we did
Mm-hmm.
initially give to him and talk to him about the vampires. I think that he just wanted, from what I remember, we just wanted more information, but I wanted to make sure that that was correct.
That sounds great. Yes,
Okay.
it's exactly how it happened. um, yeah, it definitely kind of like strikes you as a and again, you are somewhat familiar with this from your childhood, that this is very much a give and take type relationship, and that they will push for the take portion when they like.
Do you think, Sylvie, we could use that to our advantage? I mean, they're going to want more information from us, but if we manage to actually kill the Padre and deal with his vampires, that's going to leave a huge, like, political vacuum that will need to be filled.
Yes, I'm sure that is what they are waiting for.
Right, but if we start to tell them who the actual vampires are and give them that information, then they can plan for how they can sneak themselves into those positions afterwards. So maybe we could use that to get more from them. And that's pretty pivotal information. We're about to go kill all of these high efficient ranking people. This is the list of who's going to die. So get yourselves in order to take over. And oh, by the way, we could use some additional armor. We could use some scrolls of casting daylight. We could use some neck protection magic things. We could use bodies to go deal with the minions while we deal with everything else. By the way, could you go over to this house in this location and pick up our uh spirit uh horse spirit carriage thing that we drove around for a while and left somewhere? We'd like that back too.
I do think that would create a lot of leverage. As in the past, I have said we have to be very careful with the information that we give them. They are not as benevolent as they have been helping us, only because my father did a lot for them, believed in their cause. I am not so sure myself. They are just as hungry for power as anyone else here. They are not vampires, so maybe that is the better option.
I don't want to pry, but what what is their cause? Do you know much about it? I've been curious what their aim might be. I'm thankful for their help. I'm grateful. But you know, it's always nice to know who you're in bed with before the sun starts coming up, if you know what I mean.
Please, you know for a fact that's not true in most of your cases.
I think if anyone was like shocked and surprised the morning after, it was not me.
Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Sylvie would understand that like this is like a opposing like a foreign country like just power um grab kind of thing of like these are the spies that look for the Vicarian royalty and nobility.
Yeah, they're definitely here under Vicarian interests. So whether or not that involves destabilizing, governments, it depends, day to day, or which part of the government. But it's definitely not something that that would be beneath them.
I'm just saying it's like they're not like a rebel group or they're not like for a cause. They're like the government kind of
Right.
thing. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
like
This is like, yeah,
that's how I imagined it. Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah, these are not like altruistic, like trying to overthrow. Yeah. No, it's very much they're here with another government's interest.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Sylvie to Guillaume would just send, well, they are here at the Vicarian uh nobility's whim.
So opening up positions to gain some leverage in the power structure here would be appealing.
That yes, I think that would be quite appealing. I think that we should tell him at least a few names. He seemed a little upset the last time we talked to him. We were a little cagey with our information, which is good. But I think that giving him some names will, like you said, maybe flip it a little bit so that they're a little bit more willing to supply us with what we want.
So that at least we are more equals instead of beneath them.
Well, we might never be seen as equals to them, but I think in this circumstance, they would at least be willing to bend a little bit more.
So your father was a spy.
Yes. Same with my brother.
Where are they now?
Sylvie taps the glass. I don't know. I don't know where they are. They disappeared in the night, and I never saw them. I know that they're looking for him. Whatever information he has is important to them. So which names do we give? Sylvie's going to start writing a letter in Vicarillion or whatever the spy cant that they have. And it's just going to write some names.
Well, I mean, we're absolutely going to kill the Justicaro captain, so we might as well just put him on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming Guillaume would like to off his ex-girlfriend at some point, too.
Yeah, I think the sooner we could kill her, the better.
So he writes down her name as well.
Underlines it twice.
Puts a little heart next to it.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe one more name. Who else do we know that's...
We could tell them who we've already killed.
Oh, that's true.
What, admit to it? Let them use that as leverage over us?
Listen, if we were about to kill all of these high-ranking people, I don't think that I don't think that
just because we name these high-ranking people and we say that we're potentially going to try and kill them doesn't actually make it so.
Right, but we do also have to put some backing behind our name. It's a little bit of trust, I know.
What if we give the guy that I killed in that duel, because he was obviously part of all this, and I'm pretty sure my murder of him was totally legal and above board.
Even though you're not totally legal and above board right now, but the murder you committed was absolutely fine.
You know, I haven't read up enough on the law to know if engaging in a legal and agreed upon duel, then breaking the terms of the duel once it is broken upon you while a wanted fugitive is
I mean,
actually
it's not
illegal.
a murder. It was self-defense.
Right.
Obviously.
Right. And I think
We can
even
put this
the
in.
widow will attest to that. She wasn't there, but she'll attest to it because we gave her house back. So
I mean, we saved her life from the vampires.
Sylvie puts his name too.
Perfect. I will
And
point
it's
out
good too.
also, fatal duels are also illegal in Gerdes.
Well,
it wasn't
But, you know.
intending to be a fatal duel.
True.
You know, I think
Very true.
totally legal that it happened, and then I had to defend myself. We had a perfectly above
Natch.
board duel.
And it was an
He broke the
unfortunate
rules.
accident that he did not make it to see the next morning.
He probably shouldn't have used magic in a blades only duel.
Exactly.
That is true. Mercuzio de la Apasuelo. That's his name. What's his name? Mercuzio. All right. So you make your short list. Your hit list, if you will.
And yeah, and Sylvie's going to then find in her way to send that off, that information.
Okay. Once you get that sent, you know it will be at least a little time before you'll hear any kind of reply or response. Is there anything that the five of you want to get up to or talk about while you wait?
Honestly, I think we just need to kind of prioritize our targets and our goals here. Um, I know I gotta be honest. I'm real pissed about everything we found out about the Justicaro captain, and I didn't like the guy to begin with, and so he's had my vote for the next to die for a while now. But I'm open to having my mind changed.
I mean, the dead woman at the party said we could trust. Am I right? Am I remembering that right, Jeremy? She did say Ella's name when I asked who we could trust, right? Am I
Yes.
remembering that?
Yep.
Said we could trust Ella, so I can bring her to us, and maybe she knows his routine enough to know where we could catch him. But once she does this for us, I have a feeling she's going to have to be with us then. I just, I don't. While the corpse said we could trust her, and I want to believe that we can, we've seen the strength of the powers of the Padre and his ability to manipulate and twist people's minds. So once she knows we're back in town and what we're planning, I'm not sure if I would want her out and about with that information.
Well, then maybe we find her someplace safe to go. Wait until all this blows over.
Party at the highwayman's house.
That's what I was thinking.
We're just shoving everyone there.
Now, in our defense, we're splitting them up pretty evenly. We've sent quite a few to the Saint, and then we can stop relying on him and the Highwaymen. And if need be, we could always send her to the widow, and
But like honestly, who owes us more than the highwayman? That guy was stuck as a wolf.
that's very true.
He's not anymore. I think he can give up a little bit of his giant house for like however many weeks it takes. I think it's gonna be fine. He's rich as fuck. Did you all see how big his horse house was? Gorgeous, well appointed. Horses live like kings.
Did you see the horse house locks?
I did, yes.
Was it nice?
Like Guillaume says, well appointed. Horses live like kings, all that.
Um, okay. I mean, she may not want to go. We can't force her to go, but Now, I'm assuming we don't bring her here, right? We want to meet her out somewhere.
Yeah, I think bringing the cops to your spy safe house is usually frowned upon by the spies that run it.
It's going to be ridiculous, but do we meet her at the abandoned tailor shop? Where are we going to meet her?
Which crime scene do we meet her at?
Exactly.
Well, I'm sure you two had a rendezvous point, did you not?
Yeah, my bedroom.
There's that spot overlooking the Justicaro training yard.
That's inside someone else's home. They have to
Yeah.
be having a party. Um, how about we meet her at the Rackham and Stackham, the pool hall on the other side of town?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other brothel, but I think that's
No, I'm not going to
stick it
invite her to
in
another brothel.
racks.
I want my brothel back.
That's the Rackham and Stackham 2. It's easy to see how you'd get confused.
It's a local chain. It's franchised. Really good wings, though.
The best. It's a
I mean,
medieval
pool's been
equivalent
around
of
for a long time.
medieval equivalent of a restaurant.
I do get a fever every time I eat there. I don't know if that's related, but
It's probably the ranch.
Oh my God.
So,
Uh-huh.
so how's the ordering of this hit list going?
All right, so let me see. What did I write in my notes? Okay. So we're gonna kill the Justicaro captain. Are we going to save the Contessa before the Padre, or are we going to kill the Padre and then save the Contessa? Or are we going to do Contessa, my brothel, then
I,
Padre?
I think we need more information on the before we can save her. We just need to know at least where she probably is. I mean, we have ideas, but some
I am very
confirmation would be good.
I am very concerned about her.
As am I. Jeremy, is it morning right now or is it nighttime? What time of day is it? I can't remember where we ended the last one.
Um, you spoke with the spymaster and then met with the diabolist, so it's probably in the evening, like getting towards dark.
Okay. All right. I got a bit of power left for the day. Um, I can attempt to reach out to the Contessa just to see if I can even contact her. I can do that first. Okay. Um, Vera will she will kind of hike her skirt up a bit and grab her pan flute out of her garter where she keeps it stored, and she will kind of play a quick little melody, and this like kind of iridescent little music note kind of hangs in the air, and she will speak into the music note and send the Contessa a sending spell. Um, she will say to her, Contessa, We have heard you are alive. We are looking for you. Where are you? How can we help? She'll kind of, and then she says that into the music note, and it kind of magically kind of like goes through the wall and off into its destination.
Perfect. Do me a favor. Roll me a percentile die.
By 39.
39. Okay. So you send this out, and a little bit of time passes, and then you get a response, but it's broken. It's like fragmented. You get pieces of words and sentences, and you get back rebuilding, slow, trapped, plain, and that's all that you manage to get back that has any kind of clarity to it at all.
Plain?
Plain.
She'll, well, she's alive. My message went through, so I think at least partially alive. It was broken, which it shouldn't be. I've only either had it not work or work. But she said rebuilding, slow, trapped, and plain.
Oh, she's reconstructing her physical form, but it's going slowly, and she's somehow trapped in another plane. That makes sense. That must be something that the Padre is doing, keeping her somehow unable to fully reform herself in her normal manner. So he is keeping the phylactery intact. That's good.
Is it? Is that good?
I mean, it's not good that she can't fully reform, but it means that he hasn't destroyed the phylactery, because if he did, she wouldn't be able to reform at all, not slowly or quickly.
But what plan could he have for her or her phylactery that he would need her alive?
I can't be sure, but my gut says that he's the kind that likes to gloat. He wants her alive as his eternal enemy once he has finally won. He's the kind of man that would be willing to keep an enemy alive if they could suffer in his victory.
I mean, when you and the person that you used to love but now hate more than anything and have been hunting each other are both immortal, and you know that killing her will just bring her back to be killed again. When you're a sadistic fuck, you find out how long it takes to break another immortal being.
Perhaps if he destroys the phylactery, in theory, he should be able to destroy her entirely.
But my
If sh
point is that that's not the goal. The goal is to
I don't
torment
think
her for
so. I
centuries.
That does seem to be it.
This may be a dumb question, so you'll have to excuse me, but could he turn her like he can other people? Or is she immune to it?
I would need to do more study to be sure, but my assumption is no. If you remember, she didn't have any skin or blood, and vampirism tends to be a blood disease.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It seems unlikely he could find purchase with any sort of fang.
Well, in any case, it doesn't seem like she's immediately accessible to us, but we know she's alive. Maybe we can put out some feelers elsewhere or do some more digging.
If we had even a general idea of where she is, and we could get close enough, I could attempt to locate person on her and at least get a direction going.
Maybe we try to torture it out of the captain? We're already going to kill him, but he doesn't know that.
How do you torture a vampire?
With sunlight?
I was going to say best done
Stake
during the
'em?
day. Holy waterboarding?
Stake them
Honey
moments at
garlic
a time.
wings from Rack 'em and Stack 'em.
Yes.
That would torture a mortal
Everybody.
as well.
I cast norovirus.
Um, does anyone have anything else? Otherwise, I'll message Ella and tell her to meet us.
All right. So it sounds like the decided on order of operations is Rockatory, the captain of the Justicaros. Second would be whatever's going on at the Castillo.
Yes, I
Yes.
think it would be easier to approach that with a lowered chance of a robust Justicaro response if they're scrambling in the aftermath.
Robust Justicaro is the name of my medieval music album.
Yeah, so I think that, and then I feel like the Contessa slash Padre thing kind of overlaps a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
Like, I think our point is Contessa first, then Padre, but knowing our luck, probably end up being the same time.
Okay. So Rockatory, Castillo, Condesa, Padre.
What about like anything for locks? I mean, I know you want to kill the captain, so this is going to be your thing, but is there anything else? Like, was your house actually like taken apart brick by brick? Are we investigating how to get your house back for you?
No, I think dude was moving into my house was his goal, and while he was moving into the house, he was also pulling apart the crypt specifically because somehow he found out that the book might be in the crypt, which it was, but inside the
Okay.
crypt painting, not the crypt itself. So he presumably it either now or very soon will be living in my old house.
Okay. And yeah, that's a good point, Guillaume. We did have killing Lavinia on the list of to-dos that we told the
Mm-hmm.
um
Do you want to slot her in before or after the Castillo?
Let's say after. I
After.
think we've. It seems like there might be more riding on making sure that Vera's ladies and gentlemen are doing well.
Mm-hmm. Maybe pick up a light lunch first, and then
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Utilize the services at the Castillo.
So
excellent.
our
So
list,
really light lunch.
yeah. So our name list, I've got kill, killed, and then I've got done marked next to the duel victim. So I'm keeping track of our murders.
That's good. It's good to. Some people keep trophies, you know, to remind them. You know, serial killers usually, but hey, who's counting?
Yeah,
Okay.
Guillaume's just got a bunch of like left shoes in his bag.
Under the guy in the tub was missing a shoe. um, Come here, and you're saying something about Vitor?
Yeah, he went missing when the Contessa went missing. So, do we know if it was the Justa Caros that captured the Contessa and
I
raided
don't
their
think that you
place?
have heard that.
Do you want?
I thought the Contessas we did sort of hear about because it was sort of like public in daylight that they like it may not have been them, but I remember hearing about her being kind of dragged out because wasn't
Yes,
she hanged?
yes, there was a public execution. Yeah, supposedly. Again, none of you witnessed it, but there were a lot of witnesses. So
I mean, do you want me to try reaching out to him too? That'll give us the quickest
Can you?
answer if he. Yeah, I mean, I've met him, so yeah, I can talk
Oh,
to
if you
anybody I want to.
please, please.
Absolutely. She'll play her pan flute again, and same thing. She'll do the sending spell, and Vitor, this is Vera. Chimeran is worried. Are you okay? Where are you? Can we meet up with you? You can reply to this message.
there is not much time that passes before you get a response. And Vitor says, "Yes, Vera, you are with Carmeren. That means he is okay. I hope. I've been looking for him. So, if you can tell me where you are, I will gladly come to him."
He's alive. He's fine. He's looking for you. He asked me to um tell him where we are. I'll have to use another spell, and I have to. This has to be the last one to him though, because I have to reach out to Ella. Otherwise, I can't do it again till tomorrow. I'm getting kind of drained.
Can we have him meet us when we meet Ella at the same place, same time?
Um,
Vera, did you ask him where he was? And did he say?
he didn't say where he was. I
You did
did.
ask as a part of it, yeah,
Yeah,
originally. He did
I
not
I
mention
did
it.
ask.
I worry.
Mm-hmm.
How strong-willed is Vitor Chimeran? You know him best.
He saved me. He had the strength of will to give up everything and sacrifice everything for me.
That's not the same as.
He has been a staunch and loyal friend the moment we left.
I don't want to put this in delicately, but how do you think he might hold up to enhanced interrogation and coercion? Do you think he might be willing to set you up for an ambush after torture is really what I'm asking, if I'm just going to say it. Sorry, didn't mean to put that image in your head, but that's where we are.
Guillaume's not wrong. The last time we saw him was at the Contessa's, and the next thing we know, the Contessa's place was taken over and ransacked. He's saying he's looking for you, but the chance that he's... What's the word I'm looking for?
Compromised.
Yes, compromised.
Wouldn't even necessarily need to be torture. We have vampires who can control people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
So
Be
maybe
careful
not
about
tortured,
it.
maybe just a thrall. Possibly better.
Listen, not far from Rackham and Stackham is the...
Wait for it. Wait for it.
I broke myself. Is the Tilted Kilt. So maybe we can meet him
I'll
there.
meet him there.
Okay, you're going to go on your own? Why don't you take Sylvie with you and we'll go meet Ella.
Chimarin looks to Sylvie to see if how she's feeling about this.
Yeah, so
He's not going to ask, but he's definitely not looking towards the other three at this moment.
yes, Sylvie nods absolutely. Absolutely, I will be more than happy to come.
Thank you.
All right. I guess there's one more message to send. You... Yeah. She'll play her flute again, and this time she'll send a message to Ella. Ella, meet me at Rackham and Stackham. Dress plainly. Please be careful.
You get a response from Ella saying, I found some information that may be pertinent to what happened at the mask. I'm going to investigate. I will meet you after. Order me some fried pickle spears. No, no, no. You did this to yourselves.
Oh, we've gone full D&D, folks.
Hmm.
She's she's going to investigate something. There's nothing I can do. I can't, I don't have enough in me to message her again. She said she found information that might be pertinent to what happened at the mask, and
So then she'll have information for you when you meet.
she said she would meet us after and that I'm supposed to order her pickle spears.
Mm,
But I
those
don't want
are
to order
good.
them until she gets there because everybody knows that they're best when they come out fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried them cold, though? I know it shouldn't work. They shouldn't be good. But like
They're
They
you
get
put them
all
in the
only
ice
soggy.
box,
They get all
they're
like
only
No,
soggy and
good if you're
ripped.
only
drunk.
well, sure. But if you're really drunk and you have them really cold, they get crispy again.
That's called frozen and a
Yeah, I guess.
popsicle.
But like a breaded popsicle.
Who eats frozen bread?
Have you not? Warm butter, frozen bread?
It's
All
the
right,
other
all
way
right.
around.
Frozen butter? I think we're getting off topic. How how soon how soon should we be heading that way? I do think for safety's sake it wouldn't be the worst idea to wait nearby the Tilted Kilt and not go in until we see Vitor enter alone. That place is pretty divey, so I don't know if anyone would notice a rat inside. So I could probably like I'm sure there's some holes in the wall. I could probably keep an eye out from the interior if we'd like, but
Okay.
Um, I'm going to go. I will go wait at a Rackham and Stackham for Ella.
Vera, I don't know if you know this, but like all the cool kids at the college just call it the rack. They never invited me when they went, but I heard them talk about it a lot.
There it is. There it is. Mhm. I was going to go that way, and then you just did it for me. So congratulations.
So we're splitting the party.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Guillaume and Sylvie and Chimeran are headed to the Tilted Kilt.
And
Guillaume in rat form.
Lox would offer to accompany Vera if she would like company to the rack, and he will either go inside with her or wait nearby.
Okay. All right. You head your separate directions. Let's do the tilted kilt first. So you approach the tilted kilt, which we have established is not exactly in the best part of Alidalgo. The tilted kilt definitely caters to a specific culinary exoticness that belongs in another kingdom called Kemene, the Hills of Kemene, which is another kingdom in Rostrine that is heavily based on the Gaelic and Celtic peoples. And they serve things like haggis, which is popular amongst certain people. But the crowd here is a little rowdy. Not that that's not something that some of you are used to, but you can tell as you get within like a block of this place exactly what to expect as you get closer. At some point, somebody gets tossed out the front door in some kind of physical altercation as they roll in the street. And you can hear raucous laughter and yelling and singing coming from within as you approach.
Chimaran has completely dressed down for this, knowing that this is the rougher part of town. So he's wearing, like full trousers, not any finery whatsoever. Has got his hair pulled back in a loose ponytail, if you will, like at the nape of his neck there, and has used his, his skills to make him look a little bit more rugged and experienced with fighting, that kind of thing, if you will, like a scar, etc., that kind of stuff. So he doesn't look prissy or fancy as he normally does.
I think similarly, Sylvie as well is definitely not going to wear any of the regular like fine embroideries or any of the jeweled outfits or dresses that she normally wears. Definitely dresses down and is unhappy about it.
Yeah.
But she follows Chimaran.
I think as we get close to, I think Chimaran would, got that swagger going, like we're tough. But he'd also have his arm around your shoulder, like one does when they're walking with their woman, just basically to say, hey, she's off. Not up for grabs, that kind of thing.
Where's Guillaume through all of this?
The gutter, scurrying along, keeping pace in rat form so it won't be too obvious when he transforms. Looking for kind of openings in alleys that might lead towards the establishment.
Okay. So the three of you don't run into any kind of issue as you head up to the front door of the Tilted Kilt. Guillaume, if you are looking for a rat-sized entrance to this place, give me a perception. It is based on smell, if that matters.
Oh yeah, actually, I think it does. I think I get advantage on smell perceptions. And I forgot this is a game with dice in it, and I need
Allegedly.
dice out. That's a 20. Okay. Let's see. Okay. A very good roll and an okay roll. 19.
All right. So you approach the building from the street and kind of like move along the side where there's an alley that runs past it, and you can very quickly find the back door that's kind of used by the staff that works here. There's definitely like a refuse pile out back that smells very overpowering. I'll leave it to you whether or not that's appetizing. And not far from it, you can actually spot a place that looks as though it has been chewed straight through the wooden siding of the building by other rats. It's not far from the refuse pile. It might take a little bit of squeezing, but you're pretty sure you could get through there.
Yeah, I think Guillaume does a quick pop by the refuse pile and finds whatever seems like the least old fried pickle spear. Oh, wait, that's the rack and stack. This place probably does I don't know what I forgot the name Kamanish food is like. But I'm guessing that there's some sort
Like,
of
you
spiced
probably
bread or
Like
something.
French fries, like just
Yeah.
chips.
You probably don't want their pickle spears.
Yeah, he just grabs a little morsel of whatever it is and drags it behind him full pizza rat style towards the hole to try to find a vantage point to see when Vitor comes in.
All right. You squeeze your way through, and as you pop out through the other side of this wall, the noise in here is overbearing. People are almost like they're trying to outdo one another with the volume of noise that they're making, whether it's laughter or singing or belching. This is definitely a rough place. There are broken clay drinking vessels kind of on the floor here and there. Some of them still have a little bit of beer in them. You're probably stepped on or almost stepped on, half a dozen times just as you're trying to like make your way into a place where you can see the room a little better. It's definitely what you would describe as rowdy.
Yeah, I think Guillaume, once he does find a place to sort of sit, he nibbles on his trash fries and just thinks, how uncouth these people.
Things you only hear in D&D. Perfect. Okay. So you kind of sit off to the side in judgment and kind of survey the room. Takes a moment for your eyes to adjust a little, and then you catch something a little familiar. It's a smell that you have smelled on Chimeran before. And you start kind of following where it might be coming from, and you spot a figure in the corner. The firelight, the candlelight, does not seem to reach there very well. It looks like the candle on the table is not illuminated. And you can see a figure in a hood that is sitting there, and you're pretty sure that it's Vitor.
Is there like a privy in a back room here?
There's probably one out back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think he'll either that or like try to find like a closet or just any area where it seems like a staff area or something where people may not be. Just enough area to transform back. Um, and he will do so and walk out into to just to kind of get close enough to like confirm. And as soon as I can tell it's actually Vitor, I'm just going to send a quick message out to Chimeran, say he's in here. It seems like he's alone. And then I'll just kind of mingle over by the bar, order a drink, and kind of wait and try to surreptitiously watch, make sure everything's all right. Keep an eye on the entrance specifically.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, if you would, please. It is dim lighting in here, so and it is sight based. So if you
Nat
don't have some kind of
one.
dark vision, then all right. Cool. Okay. So you send this message to Chimeran. Chimeran, you and Sylvie are, approaching slowly or hanging out somewhere not far, and you get the message telling you that Vitor is apparently inside.
I would kind of whisper that into Sylvie's ear, making it look like it's like a love display versus me whispering in her ear kind of thing. And then I guess head towards the entrance and go full on character mode as we head into the bar.
Yeah, Sylvie
All right.
will follow.
All right. The two of you enter, and like the moment you walk through the door, like a clay pitcher like smashes against the door frame in the wall, like kind of like feet from your head, and beer immediately starts like running down the plaster of the wall. There's an immediate like burst of laughter that happens right afterwards. And another small like tussle ensues between who probably threw the drinking vessel and whoever they were aiming at and missed terribly. You see Guillaume. I'm assuming they understand who you are in your disguise.
Yeah, and I would not give any pretense that I've seen Guillaume, like that I know him or anything. But I'm scanning the room for Vitor.
Don't think it's very long before you spot again this elven person kind of hiding in the corner, it seems like, with the hood pulled up. The candle on the table is not illuminated, like I said, not lit. Just kind of sitting there. Very much looking like they're trying to avoid attention.
I think as I head over there, I'm sure we pass a table that where the people aren't really paying attention to their drinks or whatever, and I would grab a couple of them and just passing and then go and sit at the table with Vitor.
Okay. Both of you, if you would please, roll me perception checks. And it is dimly lit, like I said, so if you do not have some kind of dark vision, then you will need to roll that with disadvantage.
I do have.
Ill stuff.
Yeah. So that is a 29.
Holy fuck.
He rolled a 19 on the die.
Wow. Okay. Silva, did you want to roll as well?
I mean, I rolled a 12.
Okay. It is impressive. Next to a 29, maybe a little less so. But next to a nat 1, I'm just saying.
Right?
So as you approach the table, you are kind of about to take a seat, Chimeran, and you see this figure kind of reach out and grab the tankard and lift it up to their mouth to drink. And as you do so, you notice that Vitor's color is wrong.
Was he pale?
He is, in fact, pallid. You can see a very similar coloration that you saw in the villagers in Manchalona. And I think this is where we're going to take our break. So we're going to take a 10-minute bio, refill our drinks, go to the bathroom, kiss your spouse if you got to, smoke them if you got them, etc., etc. We'll come back and finish up part 2 of session 41 of Evermore le Masquerade.
Brought to you by the Rackham and Stackham.
Hashtag not sponsored, but open to opportunities. Hello everyone, welcome back from our break. We are playing a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons this evening, at least allegedly. And this is session 41 of this campaign. If you're starting here, why? That would be silly. But, I mean, if that's how it works out, then welcome, all the same. I hope that you're not too confused. We find ourselves at the infamous, it's kind of like famous, only more so, Tilted Kilt. A Caminish centered restaurant here in Aladalgo. And we have just seen Chimeran and Sylvie begin to cross the main part of this room towards the table where Vitor is seated in the corner. Only Chimeran has just realized that Vitor's complexion is a little pale.
I think it's at that point, as we're walking there and I see this, I immediately kind of swing around Sylvie a little bit, embrace her, whisper in her ear, "Go get Guillaume. There's a problem."
Yeah, Sylvie laughs, smiles, puts her hand on your cheek and nods, and then goes to find Guillaume.
And then I will continue on and sit down at the table where Vitor is. But not close.
Okay. Sylvie, as you approach Guillaume, what do you say?
We have an issue. You know those folks in that town were a little less than enthusiastic most of the time?
The ones being fed on.
Sylvie nods. Vitor has the same aura about him.
Oh. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean anything beyond he's been fed on. I guess I'll keep an eye on the door and watch for anyone suspicious entering. You keep an eye on Sylvia and Vitor or on Chimeran and Vitor, and if anything happens, just elbow me and I can start shooting whatever needs to be shot in that direction.
Okay. Sylvie kind of walks halfway over. She doesn't want to interrupt Chimeran, but is just going to Guillaume said, just kind of keep watch so that they're both within line of sight for her.
Okay. Absolutely. You can find, a place at the bar to kind of squeeze your way in, where you can be kind of within at least visual distance. It's probably a little hard to hear anything over the din and this noise in this place. And as kind of Sylvie gets situated where she can keep an eye on things, we cut back to the table as Chimeran finally sits. Vitor kind of sets the glass down, almost choking on the drink. I'm sorry, but
You have an interesting complexion.
Vitor kind of pulls his hand kind of back underneath the table.
Have you been ill, Vitor?
You kind of stops and looks in your direction. Chimeran?
I think Chimeran just gives a big smile, doesn't say anything, doesn't acknowledge that. Are you ill, my man?
It's so good to see you. He puts his hand back out and like reaches out for yours.
I look quickly at the hand. Does it look like a normal hand besides being just pale? Before I let him touch me, I want to take stock of what, um, and then
So,
that split second where you look and assess
mhm.
the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems pale. It just seems almost like a grayish coloration. But nothing else seems amiss until he touches you.
Mm. I do let him touch my one hand.
As his hand kind of comes to rest on yours, you notice how cold he is to the touch. I've been so worried about you. Why did you wait so long to reach out and find me?
I thought you were dead. I've been looking for your body.
No, thankfully, I've I was so frightened. I didn't know what happened. All of a sudden, there was fire in the via. It spread so quickly. I had to run.
I put
Then,
my other hand on top of the hand that he's got on my hand so that I've like got him. Um, I'm doing it in such a way that could potentially like feel like it's I'm just comforting him, but I've also got it in such a way that if I need to like grab him solidly, I can.
okay. It might even be somewhat easier because he starts kind of like moving his chair around the table to be closer to you. Leans a little closer. Where have you been hiding?
I wanted to ask you the same thing. Where have you been?
I found some people who I was able to lay low with.
Who?
There are some friends. I will introduce you.
Insight, please.
Please do.
25.
25.
Yeah.
So he says this. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I'm less thinking about whether he's deceiving me and more I'm trying to figure out he's being very evasive right now, and knowing him and all this past, I'm trying to figure out maybe the reasons why. And like Guillaume was already put in my head that maybe he's not himself. And so I'm trying to keep track of signs of that, if that is he's not my, the person I knew.
Okay. He definitely seems to be being cagey with the answers he's giving and the way that he's answering your questions. It seems like a purposefully vague. That was not Vitor's nature the entire time that you've known him, especially with you.
Yeah, he's always been forthcoming. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, while he could keep a secret and did very well, many of yours, he is not a practiced liar.
So I think I kind of interrupt him when he's talking about these friends that he wants us to meet. I'm like, what are you hiding from me, Vitor?
Hiding? I'm not hiding anything. He tries to retract his hand.
I don't let him.
He kind of like tries a little harder and realizes that like you've got a good grip on his hand now. What is this? You cannot wait to turn me loose one moment? And now? You won't let me go?
I do that, where you squint at the person like you're trying to, like, really? This is the conversation we're having right now? Like, where have you been, Vitor?
Do you
Don't
even
lie to
care?
me.
Do you even care?
Would I be here if I didn't?
You've been so busy with your new relationship.
Is that what this is about?
You told me that. You told me what I meant to you. I understand where things stand between us now.
So your
But
new
just
friends are where you want to be?
perhaps?
Are they treating you well? Only taking enough
Yes.
to satisfy their thirst?
I have a place where I belong now.
Where you're fed
People
upon.
who want me.
Want your blood, you mean?
Have a purpose now.
To be food. Hmm.
No.
That sounds so grand. Quite the step up in the world.
One day, I will be given a gift that you cannot understand.
And that is what you want? This gift?
It is the life I have had to settle for.
Vitor.
What I wanted was not mine.
And so you choose to throw everything away, including your humanity.
Everything? No! I am throwing away nothing.
You are throwing away.
Forever. I will be forever powerful.
Do you really think that they'll turn you? That they won't just suck you dry until there's nothing left and then discard you? Do you really think they care about you?
More than you. How many days has it been? And you didn't even bother to look for me until now.
That is not true.
Why did you want to meet, Cameron?
Because I was worried for you. I was worried about you. I wanted to know you were okay.
I'm fine.
You don't seem fine, Vitor.
And you? Living in the sewers? Some rat? Are you fine, Chimerian?
I'm free, Vitor. I think that's more than I can say about you right now.
I will show you. Gladly.
So that
You
they
and
can
your
feed
friends-
upon me too?
Maybe they will offer you the same thing. We will have time to reconcile.
No, not even 2 weeks ago, we were fighting those same people. You were horrified by what they were doing. And now you want to join them. You want to become them. I don't think I know you anymore.
That makes two of us. Now will you let me go?
I don't think I can, Vitor.
You did once. Is it so hard to do again?
And I think maybe at this point, I'd like to have as he's been kind of getting a little closer to me, the hand that he had on, so the hand that I have on his hand is going to stay, but the one that was under his hand has moved. And I think at this point, during the conversation, while I'm keeping him occupied, I'll have moved it down, and I now have a blade in my hand, hidden by the table, and it's pressed up against his ribs.
He definitely has stopped getting closer at that point. Kind of like gone rigid.
Can't let you go, Vitor.
Then you intend to kill me?
If I must. If you're choosing that life, there's nothing more I can do.
You audibly hear a swallow, and you can see a shimmer kind of like appear on the surface of his eyes beneath his hood, and kind of smiles weakly. He reaches down with the hand that you don't have and very carefully takes the point of your dagger between his forefinger and thumb and raises it from his lower ribs to just above his heart before he lets it go. It would be better if it was you.
I will. There's no way for you to turn away from this? I think this is the one point where Chimeran has actually let his face show his emotion, and there is like the hope. Like he wants Vitor to see that I hope he'll turn away from this.
He holds your gaze for a moment, for a long time. And he kind of gives like a half laugh, half sob. I thought maybe one day you could feel the same way that I felt. I held on to that thought for so long. It was all that I could see. I have loved you for so long. To hear that it is not the same for you. I don't know that I will ever recover from that. And so I found another way in this world. A way that I can be happy, I think. And if you will not allow me that, if you will take that from me as well, then I would rather.
So before I don't want him to finish at this point. As he's saying this, I'd like to do an insight based on whether he is truly saying to me, like deep down in his heart, that he prefers the unlife over what could be here and now. If that makes sense.
Okay.
That is a 25.
All right. He seems to... It seems as though in his mind that these are the only two choices. And again, in his mind, if he cannot have one, then the other is preferable to any other alternative.
Yeah, so he's earnest, like he's truthful in this. So I think before he even finishes, I just lean forward. I will stop him from talking by kissing him as I plunge my dagger into his heart and whisper in his ear, like, I truly loved you, Vitor.
Come in. He reaches up and he puts his cold hand on the side of your face. And then he
I think
slumps forward onto the table.
Yeah, I kiss him until he is no longer breathing. And then I will cover up the wound. I will arrange his face as if, he's passed out drunk. And then I will quietly, without much ado, leave the place.
As soon as Sylvie sees Chimeran stand up and kind of sees what is transpiring, immediately signals to Guillaume, we gotta go, right now.
Yeah, I think Guillaume is watching the door, taking a drink, and gets the kind of the little elbow and just immediately tosses the bottle over behind him, not that far, but hopefully so it'll just kind of go straight to the floor, and just starts making his way to the exit.
Okay. And we leave the tilted kilt behind. Wow. Yeah, me either, Austin. I did not have that on my bingo card. But incredible. What a great scene. Okay.
Yeah, I think as we exit, Guillaume will say, "Wow, he cannot hold his liquor."
Chimeran makes no there's not a movement on his face as you say that. There's no laughter, there's no nothing. It's as if he just completely ignores what you say as he continues to walk away. I know we're right by the rack and stack, rack 'em and stack 'em. But Chimeran's not going there. Chimeran is heading, I guess, back to where we have been staying. He's done for the night.
Sylvie, Guillaume, you remain with Chimeran?
Yeah, Sylvie will, at least.
I think Guillaume kind of he didn't see what happened, and he legit thought the guy was just passed out drunk because that's the the scene he saw when they left. But I think he's also kind of taken the hint by that reaction. And he's gonna "Hey, you guys go on. You can. I'll catch up. I might check out the rack." And kind of wants to give Sylvie and Chimeran some space to talk about whatever the fuck just happened.
Perfect. And as Sylvie and Chimeran part ways with Guillaume, we see the two groups split, and the camera, the view stays where they just have parted ways, and we rack focus to show a wanted poster that has been put on the wall that says "Wanted by the Justicaros." for the murder of Teniente Inés de Rio, and there is a picture of Capitan Trejones, the captain of the La Estudia that you helped recently escape from the Chateau d'Ivray.
There's a wanted poster for the guy we helped escape.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's saying for the murder of the Justicaro from the Masquerade.
That could be accurate. We don't know. I immediately see a wanted poster and think frame job, and then jump to like, wait a minute, I actually don't know who did that murder. We were there for it, but we didn't do it. So
Meanwhile, at the Rackham and Stackham, before Guillaume's arrival, Vera, Lox, what are the two of you up to?
While we're walking there, I would say to Vera, so what are we hoping to get out of this meeting? What are you hoping to get?
I don't know. Your savior said she could be trusted. That she doesn't fall in line with the rest of them. Since she's been kind of pushed out of everything, I'm not surprised. It makes sense.
Does that stack up with your take on her?
It does. She has always been very straightforward and about that kind of stuff. um, yeah. Peace of mind.
Right.
If she's okay and we can send her to the highwaymen, I know she'll be safe until either I'm dead or this city is fixed.
Yeah, whichever comes first, I guess.
Pretty much.
Well, listen, I learned a long time ago never to trust a Justicaro, but the only person who I can thank for saving my life told us to trust her, so yeah, I think we should make sure she's safe. Uh, Listen, do you want me in there with you? Staying outside? Table
Um,
nearby?
why don't you go ahead and come on in? Then when she meets us, we can always get a room and head upstairs.
Oh, you and her.
No, the three of us.
Oh, the three of us.
Yes, the three of us, yes.
Listen, I'm flattered, but
No, to talk to her where other people can't overhear. Since
got it.
so we don't have to yell possibly very incriminating things across the bar.
That makes sense. All right, well, it's not getting any earlier.
And the racks in here are amazing too, so it'll just be less distraction.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, why don't you just come in and then the three of us will head upstairs and talk. Locks, we'll talk. I understand I'm not your type. It's fine. Everyone has their preferences. It's okay.
It's not that you're not my type. It's just that you're like a sister to me, Vera.
I
That's
know.
what it is.
I'm teasing. The business and pleasure and
Well, somebody's got to keep these kids in line, right? May as well be the both of us.
I mean, really, because Guillaume is a full-time handling job in and of himself. Like,
Yeah, if we only had one kid and it was Guillaume, it would still be a lot.
yes, it would.
All right, well,
Let's go see if my hot Just a Carl girlfriend is waiting for us. And get
uh,
some pickle spears. Have you had them?
I've actually never been here before, he says as he's walking in.
She'll just kind
I just,
of
I just
grab his
imagine like the entire bar being like, locks!
There's a picture of me on the wall for like the food challenge here. Sauce all over my face.
No, I've
Surrounded
never
by
been
like
here.
the entire group of people that work here.
Yeah, it's like the food challenge is like the Pickle Prince challenge or something, and there's just like they special grow like these like 5-pound pickles and
It's the Ala Dalgan stuffed eggs challenge.
Oh God.
Yes,
Oh no. Never again. They betrayed me.
Yeah, so she'll just walk into the bar, probably like, you know, kind of like holding Lox's hand, but not in the whole like hanging on his arm and stuff, just kind of like leading him in and lead him through the bar and find a table. She'll look for Ella, but if she doesn't see her, then she'll find a table to sit at.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of do a cursory glance around the place. It's not packed. There's plenty of people here, but it's not like, not a ton of people. And scanning the crowd, you don't see Ella anywhere. But finding an open table is not difficult at all. You're able to kind of like navigate your way through, all these pool tables and booths and freestanding tables. People kind of making their way back and forth with various drinks and platters of fried whatever. There's goofy shit hanging on the walls, and you manage to make your way kind of to the back, where you're kind of out of the way, and have a seat. A bar server comes over and asks what you'll have.
Lox will look to Vera. I mean, what's good?
She'll look up at the waiter and kind of smile and uh 2 corner pockets with a twist.
I was going to ask if you've been here before, but I can see that you have.
I have.
Very well. 2 corner pockets with a twist. Anything to drink?
I thought that was the drink.
So
What did we just order?
I don't know.
Are you getting
We'll
off
see.
menu secret items? What the hell?
Yeah, I guess so. This is awesome. I'm excited for this. Whatever you think will go best with it.
Got a nice honey mead.
All right.
Very well. 2 corner pockets with a twist and 2 honey meads. He turns and he heads back. After a while, the waiter will return with your order. And as he sets the food and the drinks down, says, Are you Vera?
She kind of looks at him. I am.
I was told that you have a message that was left for you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have the message. It's my manager at the bar.
All right. Um,
I suppose I could ask them to tell me what it is, and I could relay that to you if you would prefer to stay. You
no,
did just get your food, so maybe.
I'll just go talk to the manager. That's fine. Um, the corner pockets with a twist, they look a little different than last time I was here. What's in these now?
Meat and cheese. That's the
Right.
twist.
Did we just order grilled cheese sandwiches? With
Calzones.
oh, calzones.
Why not?
I love it. They're like triangle shaped.
So, yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's the pocket part. I get it.
Yeah. Uh, she looks at Locks. They're delicious. Enjoy. I'm gonna go up here. Um, this is okay. And she gets up and walks up to the bar, and she gets over to the bar where the manager in, and she goes into like full bard mode, and she's just this big smile and holds out her hand and hello. I'm told you have a message for me.
Oh, yes, you are Vera?
I am, yeah.
Here. Reaches down and pulls out like a small, like kind of plain, somewhat beat up leather satchel. There was a woman who left this for you earlier. Said that you would be by at some point to pick it up.
What did she look like?
Tall, broad in the shoulders, half orc. She had a few scars.
Okay. Thank you. She'll reach into her purse and she'll pull out like 2 gold and put it down.
Thank you. We'll take the gold coins and then kind of turn to carry on with their own business.
She'll head back over to the table with Locks. I'm not happy with this situation right now.
Oh, what's going on?
She was already here.
We missed her?
Yeah. She dropped off this bag for me and then left.
What's in the bag?
That's a very good question. We should find out. If something jumps out and attacks me, you got my back?
Yeah, I'm right here. We're good.
Okay. How's the corner pocket?
Really hot. I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I burned the shit out of the roof of my mouth.
She'll open up the satchel.
Okay. You open up the satchel and you find 2 things within. The first of which is a piece of paper. It has 2 names written on it. The first of which seems to be a business. And it says the Tangled Thread is the name of the business. The second entry on the piece of paper is a name. That name is Costanza Benediso. And the other item that's in the satchel is a large white swan feather that looks very similar to the one that you took off of the body at the mask, only this one is not covered with blood.
She pulls the paper out and reads it and then hands it to Lox so he can read it. And kind of makes like a almost like a little clicking sound, kind of like signaling, don't talk about it out loud kind of a thing. And when she reaches in to look and sees that it's a swan feather, she doesn't pull it all the way out. She just simply kind of turns the bag around and lets Lox peek inside of it to see before taking the paper back and tucking it in with the feather.
Oh, what do we make of that?
Well, we've either been given information about a culprit or being told to go there.
Oh, that name. I think I know it.
Costanza Benedisto? Sorry, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have said it out loud because I'm trying to be quiet about it, but Kenya was saying it. Yeah, the name. Looking at for the sheet. Is that on our list of people that we know in the city, Jeremy?
Yes.
Chat.
Oh, is it?
It is somebody that you have met before. Whether your characters would remember that or
Oh.
not is up to you. But yes, she was Sylvie's assistant.
Lox would not remember that, but the name would be really familiar.
I think with Vera being who and what Vera is, she would absolutely recognize the name. Like, she keeps track of that kind of stuff. Um, I know who this is. We need to go. We need to get back. And we need to talk to the others.
All right, I'll get some to-go boxes.
Great. Oh, ask they have like really cheap mugs too that they don't care about, so we can take the mead with us. To go cups.
They're commemorative. They have little like
Put the mugs in
torture
your purse.
devices.
Put them in your purse.
Put 'em in the purse. She like
They look like they look at you like you're crazy because nobody ever takes it to go. They just swing it back first.
actually so true. You know what? I love that. I love that. I didn't think about that, but like he says going to get the to-go boxes, and as he's coming back, Vera's sitting there and she's just tipping the last of her like drink into her mouth, and she's just kind of finishing it off, and she kind of like looks at him and just wipes the corner of her mouth. And are you gonna finish yours?
Lox will try his best to keep up, but as he's sort of like gasping for air after downing it, he sets the mug down, and there's still just a little bit sloshing around in the bottom of the mug, but he goes, "Yep, let's go."
No, it's always good to leave some for the rats. They get thirsty too. Um, she will uh she'll leave. She'll head out through the front door that they came in, and I don't understand why she would drop it and leave. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I hope she's okay. I hope Chimeran found Vitor and that's taken care of.
Yeah, hopefully their meeting went better than ours.
Yeah.
imagine Guillaume would finally like arrive as you guys are
Mm-hmm.
exiting.
With like the to-go containers in their hands.
Yeah, like, oh, are there do you have fried pickle spears in there? And are you guys still hungry or?
No, 2 corner pockets. We didn't get to eat them. They were too hot.
Oh, okay,
Come
I'll
on,
catch up. I'll catch up.
No, you
Well,
come with us. You need to
yeah,
come with us.
no, I
No,
absolutely
you need
will.
to come with now. We're
Can
leaving.
I have 4 minutes? Just, I'll catch up. I'll catch up. And he just like kind of ignores you and runs in, and you see him just going straight to the bar and ordering fried pickle spears, but also to go. You do see that they bring him a drink though, and he just immediately starts like, cheaper if you get the drink with it.
This is why we have to spend it takes an entire person to watch him.
Go on ahead, I'll catch up. I'm just waiting. They're frying them now.
Come on,
Okay.
let's start walking. He'll catch up. I guess that we're just heading back to the safe house to meet up with the others.
So I imagine that there is, a small amount of time that passes before the 5 of you eventually reconverge on the safe house. Once the 5 of you are back together, I would imagine that whenever the trio comes back with their leftovers, that there's probably a palpable mood atmosphere that's kind of hanging about the room of this safe house.
I almost imagine actually that when they walk in, Chimeran is like there's like this, like a 2-seat settee that is in there. And Sylvie's on one side, and Chimeran is curled up kind of in a ball with his head in her lap. And he, for all intents and purposes, is asleep at this point, but you can see that his face is tear-strewn, and Sylvie is he's just like lying on Sylvie's lap, not moving at this point, just probably passed out. Not from alcohol, but, emotional stress.
Walking in and seeing this and very just, what happened? What's going on? To Sylvie.
Sylvie just looks up and says simply just, Vitor is dead.
Like he was dead when you got there, or
Well, he may have been on his way.
got it.
Sylvie just nods. She was about to say something else, but just looks at Chimeran and just nods. We
How's
don't know.
how's Chimeran?
Vera looks at him like, and then looks at Chimeran. He's not doing well.
Sylvie shakes her head. We don't know who he was friends or who his friends were that were doing this to him. Sylvie shakes her head again. Hopefully your meeting went better.
We didn't have a meeting. Ella was there, but instead of staying to meet us, she left me a satchel with a note and a white swan feather. And she kind of pulls the swan feather out. The note says the tangled thread and has your assistant's name written on it. Costanza Benediso.
You see Sylvie furrow her brow and reach out her hand to Vera to get that piece of paper.
She'll hand it over.
Does Sylvie recognize the tangled thread? Is that like a name?
So, at first I don't think so. But then maybe like as a distant recollection, you realize that at least on one occasion, Costanza had mentioned eventually being able to open her own store, her own dress shop. And at one time she had toyed with the name, the Tangled Thread.
Yeah, so Sylvie will relay that back to Vera. But as far as I know, she has not made anything, opened anything. We need to go and see if she is okay.
So, what do you think the possibility is that she's at your store and it's been renamed and given to her?
We can check. We can also check her house. Who would give her a store? The store is still, it is just condemned. Or it was condemned. Isn't that right? Like, it was just like, I mean, Sylvie still owns the store. It was just like kind of shut down because
Correct.
of a rat infestation. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So Sylvie just, I do not, I mean, as far as I know,
Maybe not.
I still own the store, but we should go to her house and check on her. I do not like that all of our past contacts are being targeted. This does not bode well.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. Anyone we want to be kept safe, we need to get out of the city.
Sylvie nods.
The last few months of all of this, I'm becoming I almost sometimes feel as though I'm becoming one of those street barkers who scream about the end is nigh on the corner and conspiracies everywhere. If you're sure this is a name that she toyed with for her store, and a swan feather, which was a costume, was left in the bag, and she's your old assistant, do you think she was somehow involved in the killing that happened at your location? Was she paid off, maybe?
I cannot imagine, no. But, I mean, stranger things have happened. I've known Costanza for many, many, many years. I cannot imagine her doing anything like that.
Maybe your spy contacts. Oh no, I don't think we should talk to them about it. Never mind. I feel like we should go to
not
this
yet.
tangled thread, find out where it's at.
Well, let's just go to her house. I know where she lives, or is
Yes.
supposed to live.
Okay. Are we going tonight?
I think at some point we should sleep.
We should. I would enjoy
Yeah.
that. Because as soon as I wake up, I'm sending Ella another message and asking her why the fuck she didn't meet us.
I think we should get some rest. I also maybe think that not all of us should go to Constanza if she is being watched. Surely a whole group of us going will raise flags. I can
Would
go
you...
pay a visit.
Maybe you should take your pocket rat with you? I'm sorry, Guillaume. It's so convenient that you can shrink down that small and fit in our pockets. Like,
No, it's fair.
it's
I'm easily transportable.
you're like our own powerful weapon that we can just whip out at any time and fireball.
Yeah, that felt enough like a compliment that I'm not going to be mad about it.
It kind of was. Okay. To bed all.
Okay. In one state or another, you all manage to drift off to sleep and get restful enough sleep for the evening. You can certainly count it as a long rest if you're looking for such a thing. And then, as it has for so many days before, morning comes. Now what? Spend the day in, stay in your PJs, eat leftovers.
Tangled
Watch
thread.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Going to Constanza's, or at least Sylvie would, with Guillaume.
To her house.
Hmm
Okay, go
Chimeran
ahead.
would insist on going with you as well. And I think in the morning, during the morning, as he's getting ready, it's like he's there, but also not there. You'll find him drifting in and out of like presence as he's obviously thinking about something, and then
Are you sure you are well enough to come?
I,
It's okay if you want to stay.
I can't stay here. I need to be doing something. I'm going with you.
Sylvie just nods. Okay.
Perhaps while you guys are doing that, we should head over to the Locks and I can head over to the shops area. See if we can track down a new dress shop. I'll message you in an hour and a half or so, maybe.
Okay. Split the party once again in the same manner as before, 3 and 2. And we follow first Sylvie and Chimeran and Guillaume as they catch a gondola and navigate through the canals to a different neighborhood of Aladalgo, where I think we've even, as an audience, been there once before. And you disembark from the gondolas and approach the home, the Benediso home. And as you're walking up, you see several Justicaros exit the building carrying like crates and sacks, and then kind of like setting them down outside where another Justicaro is kind of standing guard over them, hand on the hilt of their sword, and then they return into the building.
I mean, immediately Sylvie's going to take cover. She can't be seen. I think she would look to Guillaume.
Yeah, I guess I'm ratting my way in. Okay.
I think this is you.
Yeah, it's part of why I'm here. All right, I'll see what I can find.
Chimeran is also totally hiding with Sylvie.
Yeah, Guillaume will in rat form scurry across and again just looking for egress.
Okay. Remind me, Em, if you remember, did Costanza have family that she lived with? I want to say there was a parent, but only like one.
I think it was her father who she lived with.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's what we established, is that she lived with her father.
perfect. That's good enough for me. That's what we're going to go with. Okay, so Guillaume, you find a tucked away place to transform, or you are already in rat form. You make your way across the little like street and are able to find a place in this building, maybe like a side door that doesn't quite come all the way to the ground, that you can like shimmy your way underneath. Once inside, you find the Justicaros are like what looks almost like gathering evidence. Like, you know, one of them just kind of like points that, and they kind of like take it down off of the shelf and like put it into another crate. These as well, and then they kind of like grab a stack of papers and like shuffle them and put them into the crate. Meanwhile, you see, I think maybe Guillaume has even met this man before, but who is Costanza's father, kind of seated in a chair, not quite at sword point, but there's like a Justicaro kind of looming over him, like making sure that he doesn't like interfere or stand up. And he is kind of like pleading. Please, if you will simply tell me what this is about, I am certain that we can get to the bottom of this. I simply want to know where my Costanza is. And the Justicaro is like, be quiet. I told you why we are here. If you do not want to be implicated, you will stay silent. That's the general gist of kind of what is transpiring inside.
How many Justicaros do I see kind of moving about and bagging and tagging evidence?
There are 3 of them inside, and there's another outside, not far.
Okay. Okay. Is there a back door to this place?
Yeah, definitely. Probably the one that you squeezed underneath.
Does it seem like there's anyone out? There was any like Justicaro out there?
No, the one that was standing by the things that they're removing from the house is out front, which is kind of why you chose the back door to come in through.
Okay. All right. I think I'm just gonna head back out to my companions and let them know what I've seen. Um, but as soon as I describe the scene inside, I, I will. God damn it, Jeremy. Uh, it fits. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, I shouldn't have said it fits. That's not what I. Never mind. So I think as soon as I get back to them, I'll say, okay, so if we want to get him out of there, I do have a bad idea. I have a bad idea and a worse idea. There's three of us, four of them, but they're just Icaros, so they're probably wimps. Uh, we could just, storm in, take him by force. That's assuming we want to get him out of there and we care enough. I don't know how close you were to your employee or his father, Sylvie, but the other option, I've done it before and it sort of worked. I could impersonate the captain and order them out for a private interrogation and then abscond with him through the back door. But I don't know if this is too risky for the payoff of helping to relieve an old man who is apparently being held under some duress. But it does seem like Costanza is either gone or captured, certainly wanted for something.
I do not think, honestly, that we should interfere with this. It seems like they're ready to leave him alone. We need to figure out where Constanza is. And what happened to her. It sounds like he doesn't know where his daughter is.
No, and I couldn't tell from what I saw if the Justicaros do or not. If they're just looking or if they're gathering evidence because they have her.
We need more information before we act, I think. Perhaps we should go and regroup.
Question for Jeremy. Would
Mm-hmm.
at one of the previous engagements we've been to, would we have possibly seen someone who is under the captain but above the regular patrol in the Justicaros?
Definitely. Yeah, there is a rank known as Teniente, and that is actually the rank that the dwarven woman who was murdered at the masquerade, that is actually a title that she held within the Justicaros. It's kind of like the equivalent of a lieutenant.
Okay, would I be familiar with, and possibly have heard speaking another Teniente?
Yeah, like almost every like squad, if you will, of Justicaros that is going about something official typically has like a Teniente amongst their number. So you've probably met a number of them.
Does it seem like this squad has one with them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Damn it. Okay, never mind.
Your feeling is that that's the one that was pointing out things for them to collect.
What kind of things were they collecting? I know I wasn't there, but I'm sure Rat Guy noticed.
Yeah, it seemed almost like not totally inclusive of everything that belonged to Costanza, but certainly like a large number of her possessions. Seems like anything that could potentially be related in any way to whatever they're looking for, they were just like snagging and grabbing. Okay. Meanwhile, across town, the other two individuals have taken a gondola of their own to a different location. After kind of asking around for some directions, you're eventually led to a place known as the Tangled Thread. It is a much less affluent neighborhood than Sylvie's shop was located. The buildings are smaller, not upkept as well. And as you're making your way there, you start to get kind of like a strange sensation of the way things look like they're playing out. People are kind of moving this way and that with purpose, and you start to like smell like wood smoke, like overpowering wood smoke. And as you get closer, you find the tangled thread, or what's left of it. It seems as though it has been burned almost to the ground. The walls are still standing, but there's not much of them left. It is kind of a charred husk, and the people are kind of coming and going from inside the shop. Looks like they're trying to like put out the fires that might still be kind of going. They're kind of like moving some of the rubble. They're definitely kind of a neighborhood cleanup type situation.
I think Vera would kind of leaning into Locks and putting her head on his shoulder, just kind of say, let's just keep walking. Don't bother stopping looking. And she'd kind of like just lean her head on his shoulder and walk past the kerfuffle.
Yeah, as we walk past, Locks will look but not look at the building, um, just to see if he notices anything in particular. You said it was almost burned to the ground, so likely there wouldn't be anything that I would be able to notice, but just sort of anything that catches my eye, seems out of place, anything like that.
Yeah. And again, like there's enough of the building to definitely still recognize like there were separate rooms and things of that nature. It's just like there's no roof anymore. If there was a second story, that's like collapsed in. But looking inside, you actually see someone kind of like unfurl a cloak like over like a charred section of the ground, and stands up shaking their head and says, poor woman, does anybody know who she was?
Shit. Have you talked to your girlfriend yet today?
No.
All right, well, let's find you a place to talk quietly, huh?
Yeah. And Vera is probably for like maybe except for when she got eaten by the vampire and was kind of traumatized by that near death experience, Vera is very a lot of her standard normal like bravado and confidence that she has is gone, and she seems almost smaller. Like she just keeps walking, and her grip on Lox's shoulder or on his arm gets a little bit tighter, and he can kind of feel her hands shaking a little bit.
Yeah, Locks sort of locks in, no pun intended, and gets Vera to sort of an alley, like a couple blocks away, and there's like some boxes or barrels or something in this alley, and he'll find her a place to sit. And he takes off his coat and just puts it on her shoulders, not like as a you need to stay warm, but just sort of like the weight, the comfort of the coat. Uh, and he just sort of stands there uh, quietly and waits for her to speak.
She does um her spell, and she sends the message out to Ella. Ella, I missed you last night. We need to meet soon. Please tell me when and where. There, I've got your satchel. And she just leaves it at that.
Okay. You send the spell. You wait. And then you wait. And you wait. And you wait. No reply comes.
Um, Vera kind of like she tries to start talking a couple different times, and she can't. Um, her voice like cracks halfway through every single time she tries to say a word. And there's, it's, I am, and her hands are kind of just shaking harder and harder as she's holding on to this little pan flute she carries with her. And she kind of just looks at it for a moment and blows across it again. And that same spell starts up. And she sends a message to Costanza. Darling, this is Sylvie's friend. And for like it's as soon as she starts the spell, she's not normal. Like she's not okay, but like that now I'm working kind of a thing kicks in, and darling, this is Sylvie's friend Vera. Where are you? We need to meet you. We need to speak. And then that's what she sends in the message.
Okay. You cast the spell. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And there is no reply.
What is going on? Ella didn't answer. Costanza didn't answer. We need to go look at the corpse on the ground over there.
I don't think we need to, Vera.
I need to know if it's her.
Why don't you stay here? I can go take a look.
Okay.
Let's maybe check in with the others.
I will after you do this.
Okay. All right. And I'll head back the couple blocks to the house, or the shop rather. I'll, if I can, I'll sort of cross and approach from like a different street, a different cross street, just so I'm not backtracking along the same route.
Okay. So you head back. Not much has changed. People are still kind of like trying to put out, the smoldering debris. The body is kind of like sitting off to one corner, with the cloak draped over it. People kind of like look up at you as you kind of approach, but don't really say anything.
Yeah, I will sort of just mingle and start doing whatever anyone else is doing. If people are like moving debris or, pouring water or whatever, I'll sort of just start doing that sort of thing and wait for people to sort of stop paying attention to me. And I'll sort of inch my way closer to where the body is laying.
Okay. Roll me a stealth or a sleight of hand.
Ooh, stealth for sure.
You can have advantage on it because people are very distracted at the moment.
Oh man, you know what? My sleight of hand is really good too. Okay, that is 4 on the die plus
Ooh.
8, so 12.
And that
He
was
gave
with
you
advantage?
Oh, advantage.
Yep.
Thank God. Okay, that's a 9 on the die, so that's 17.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a little while, but soon you just become another citizen that's a part of this, cleanup brigade or whatever, and people stop paying attention to kind of what you're doing, kind of caught up in their own business. And you're definitely able to get over near where the cloak is kind of draped over this body. You are able to kind of like pull back the top of it. It is incredibly harrowing. It's a very gruesome, charred corpse that's lying underneath. And as kind of repulsed as you feel upon seeing such a thing, you do realize, especially being a half-orc yourself, that this skull has no tusks. This is a human, by your best guess. Probably a woman, just judging, by how slight the frame is, and at least, female presenting with the way that the clothes that they were wearing, what remains of them. Your guess would be that this is probably Costanza.
I make sure to replace the cloak so the body is covered, and then I'll do my little routine, ambling my way out, sort of filtering in and out with peoples who are coming in to help, and I'll make my way back to the alley where I left Vera.
Before you do so,
Yeah.
At one point, somebody just happens to catch you in idle chit chat. Did you know her?
Not really. I just uh, knew this shop just recently opened. I live here in the neighborhood, and it's awful to see. Did you?
No. Sadly, it does not seem like many people knew her at all. We are trying to find someone who may know if she has any family or anyone who would be looking for her. We found that. We were hoping to give it to them to help with the expenses of, well, all of this. And this person kind of indicates like a small chest that's kind of been sat on like the edge of what looks like a bar, kind of like what remains of a bar. And it's charred and burned, but it looks like it's still intact. The lock is, melted off of it or whatever, so it's definitely not locked anymore.
Well, it so happens that I'm a lawyer. I could take that and see that it gets to whoever the next of kin is. I should be able to go down to public records and poll whoever owned this building and find out who it was.
I would love a deception check.
Oh man, I'm actually not great at this. Okay, that is a 10 on the die, and I've got a +2 deception, so 12.
I had an 11. So,
Okay, awesome.
So you've got the pit sweats as you are like lying through your teeth at this person.
Yeah, there's sweat rolling down my forehead, and the corner of my mouth is twitching as I'm just trying to hold this expression.
This individual looks like they're on the verge of like questioning this. That's very kind of you.
Just trying to help out the neighborhood. It's been good to me, so.
And it's good that there are still some people in this city who are willing to look out for their neighbors.
And this sort of like genuine sentiment kind of catches Locke off guard a little bit. And he'll drop the facade for a second and say, yeah, that's you're right. It is nice to know. He sort of looks around at everyone, helping this woman who nobody even knew, coming here to clear the rubble and try to figure out what happened to her. And Lox is sort of struck by that for a second. And then he remembers what he needs to do, and he'll go over and very carefully pick up the box, and nod to the guy. Thank you. I'll make sure this gets where it needs to go.
He nods and thanks back and waves, and then turns back to helping clear debris.
And I'll head back to Vera.
Okay. You find Vera where you left her, I assume, Kenya?
Yeah, she's behind the set of boxes, and she's kind of just spinning her mother's amulet in between her fingers as she's waiting. And when she hears his footfalls, she looks up, and there's just this like unbelievably like kind of almost desperate look on her face as she's waiting for the answer.
And Lox will come over and kind of sit down next to Vera and say, it wasn't Ella. I think it was Costanza. There's this here, and he'll show her the box that I'm going to give to Sylvie. Now, that magic that you do, the talking magic, if the person is asleep or unconscious, are they able to get the message, respond back?
I mean, if it would wake her up, or I mean, she could have just simply have been in the middle of, I don't know, some important meeting and couldn't respond.
That's what I'm saying is let's not assume the worst here, but let's sync back up with everyone else and
Hmm.
try to get in touch with Ella as quick as we can, okay?
Hmm.
All right. You good to walk back?
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. Thank you for doing that. I know it couldn't have been pleasant.
No, it wasn't totally unpleasant actually.
And once he stands up, she'll kind of hold her hand up for him to help her off the ground. And she'll give his or she'll like kind of wipe off her like the back of her skirts and stuff from sitting on the ground, and she'll take his hand in hers and kind of start walking out of the alley so they can start making their way back. And um Lux, can I ask you something?
Well, that depends on the nature of the question, but sure.
Am I a bad person that I'm relieved it was Costanza?
I don't think it makes you a bad person. I think it makes you a person, but not necessarily a bad one.
Not happy it's her. I mean, she was just a girl like so many others. But it wasn't Ella.
Sometimes a best case scenario is still bad.
Okay. Let's head back to the safe house and I'll message everyone from there. Get off the streets.
Sounds like a plan.
And as long as he
Act.
doesn't pull his hand away, she'll keep his hand in hers the entire way. And it's just in this very kind of, like he was saying, almost like this brotherly, sisterly kind of way of just walking down the street together, just almost anchoring her.
Okay. At some undisclosed point in the nearest future, we see this burnt chest opened. It is filled with silver coins, stamped with the Agniasa mint as commemorative coins for the wedding of Visconde Marici Agniasa and his new bride, Lavinia Strozzi. And that is where we're going to stop for this session. Okay. So, that was a lot of fun. Like I said, I missed playing with this group a lot. We had some genuinely hearty laughs, some chuckle fuckery beyond a doubt, as well as some deep touching moments. So I think we covered the ground here tonight. So happy about that. Okay, I'm going to pass things over to my players so that they can give any kind of parting words that they would like before we call it an evening. And yeah, so we're going to start in reverse order with Karen.
It was so good to get this group back together and play again. Oh, speechless right now. It was so much fun. We need to do this again. Not so long, in between next time. Thank you all out there for watching and coming along with us on this ride. Things are getting spicy, is all I can say, and excited about it. And with that, we'll pass it on down to Austin.
Yeah, that was one of those, just about everything you could want out of a D&D game. We laughed, we almost cried, we made dick and boob jokes. We uh I love, and I said this in the chat, but like I love Jeremy's ability and the depth of his world to, like, we come up with some dumb bullshit and within 30 seconds he's like, and this is the ethnicity of food they serve at this dumb bullshit restaurant that you just made up. And like it just immediately has the ability to make this world feel big and real and lived in. And it's always so fun. I am always in awe of your ability, Jeremy, and in awe of every player at this table, because it's just a lot of fun every single time to play with all of you and the crazy creative shit you guys come up with. So I'm super excited to hopefully be a little closer to our normal schedule because we're through the holiday period, and get to play with y'all at least once a month. It's the only game in town for me, and it's really all I need. That's not true. I could always use more D&D. So if any of you are running games, let me know. But anyway, super fun. I can't wait to see what happens when we start finally taking the fight to them again. Last time we did that, it didn't go great, but it went okay. We did save one of the like 10 people we were trying to save, so that kind of counts. As long as we can kill at the same percentage as we save, I think we'll be doing gangbusters. But anyway, love y'all. Super excited to play with you again, and I will pass it over to M.
Yeah, echoing what Austin said. Great game, super fun to play, very unique, and among all the other games I played, it's so very intricate. So I'm very excited to see what's next. So yeah, can't wait for the next session, and I'll pass it to Matt.
Yeah, it's getting serious when you start like losing NPCs left and right. We're going through them pretty quick here. So, yeah, this was a super fun session, and you know, Jeremy is so good at just taking my expectations and just twisting them just a little bit. It's never quite what I expected, but it's always so much better than I anticipated. So, uh, yeah, really, really fun session. Uh, and I don't have anything to plug, but every Tuesday and Thursday in February, I'm going to be at Rackham and Stackham camping the skee ball lanes. So if you feel like coming and hanging out with a chill dude, that's where I will be. I'm gonna pass it on over to Kenya.
I mean, I was like, man, they're really picking on me a lot about this Rackham and Stackham thing. And then I was like, we give poor Austin epically relentless levels of shit about Horse House to the point where it is just a part of the world now. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. So if my legacy on this game is Rackham and Stackham, I'm content. It's where I'm at. Absolutely a blast. Again, as usual, always is. God, you guys are so much fun to just play off of, and hot damn that act two turn for the night. Like we were just, you want to talk about a tale of like two wolves. Holy shit, were we from the crazy amounts of chuckle fuckery, as was stated, to the extremely emotional and intense loss of friends and very important character NPC connections. Like it just was crazy. I'm very excited to play. Thankfully, the holidays are over, and that means we can return to our regularly scheduled programming. And I look forward to seeing you guys all. I think, what did we say? Tomorrow, and we'll be good. And it's all you, Jeremy.
All right. Yeah. Thank all of you very, very much, as always, for being willing to keep coming back to this game for several years now. Even though I hurt you every time you come back. No, I really like telling stories that have a good amount of emotional depth to them, and trauma bonding is strong in D&D, so it works really well for a narrative device. So I'm glad that all of you enjoy the punishment, and keep giving me material to use for that. Such rich material at that. Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, we're pretty deep into Act 3 at this point, and I'm glad that you can feel the rising tension, that it feels like things are finally building to a head, because that is the intention. So I am excited for what we still have ahead of us, and yeah, it's always a pleasure to run a game for players of your caliber, as well as just have a chance to kind of sit around and hang with y'all for a few hours. And again, laugh at the dick and fart jokes, alongside the trauma. Having both is nice. Yeah, this game is very good about understanding where that balance is and kind of like hitting both notes. It's a joy, an utter joy. So thank you very, very, very much. For those of you who may have tuned in, whether you watched live with us this evening as we played, or whether you may be watching at some point in the future, it really genuinely means a lot to me that people come here to watch stuff. So thank you for that. If you did enjoy what you saw, then make sure you do all the stuff that the algorithm responds to. Hit the like button, subscribe, post a comment, share the link around, talk about it with your friends. Yeah, watch other stuff on the channel if this is your bag. There's plenty to go. Plenty to go around. What else? Remember, kindness is a free action. It costs you absolutely nothing to be kind to other people. And holy fuck. I mean, come on. Look around. We need about as much kindness as we can on the other side of the scale. So stack it up. Rack them and stack them. It's never going to die, can you? Will be etched on your tombstone. No, but seriously, yeah, it costs you absolutely nothing to be kind to people, and it could make all the difference in the world to someone. So go out there and be nice. Be nice, not ice. Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
That's a good one. I like that.
All right. So, unless of course the person is a Nazi, in which case you should not be nice to them. In fact, kick them in the shins a lot. Cool. All right, I think that's everything from me, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here. So until next time, may your dice roll high and your snacks always be within reach.
Quarter pocket with a twist.